he perhaps has opened up his mouth and said more stupid things than anybody else, which is surprising, bro, because he was probably one of the best politicians in the game. You know what I'm saying? But some of the things he has said over the years is like, bro, what are you thinking about, man? Because the comment he made was people have forgiven Chris Benoit. Who?
Let's talk about Hulk Hogan was on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast, and he spoke about forgiveness. You know, he's on the 700 Club recently, and was talking about baptism and all that jazz. That was cool, but then he talked about Chris Benoit. Yeah. So, Vince, did you ever get to work with Benoit, and what was your personal experience?
Yeah, bro, just for a real short period of time, about 3 months. I mean, he was cool. I never had an issue with him. He was a stand-up guy, but just for about 3 months, yeah.
WCW, right?
Yeah.
What, was it you that pitched him winning the title, or was it someone else?
No, they did that like the night after I left, like the next day.
Did Sullivan take over after you did?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a Sullivan idea?
Yeah.
Was that Bret Hart you wrestled for it? No.
What's that?
Did you wrestle Bret Hart for it? Or no, Sid.
He beat Sid, yeah.
Maybe Bret Hart was in a semifinal. I don't remember, but I just remember watching that match a few months ago.
Yeah. It was a pretty good match between the two of them. I was pretty shocked when they decided to put the belt on Chris Benoit. So,
well, because a lot of when I went home, a lot of people were unhappy, and they felt that was going to appease them, and obviously it didn't, because they all left to go to WWE.
They left, yes,
right away.
They left, and the Radicals were formed, ladies and gentlemen. We see that. How was Benoit, man? A lot of wrestlers said that he was pretty just kind of to himself. Did you have that experience with Benoit? Just kind of.
Yeah. No, I didn't have we didn't have a chummy buddy relationship. We was pretty much all business. But yeah, he was really quiet, man. I mean, he was really quiet when I worked around. Quiet
to himself.
Yeah.
Had a few close friends, Eddie, Chavo, just a few very, very close friends, but very quiet and very introspective. EC3, you can share that type of characteristic, right?
Introspective, yeah. I definitely, like, when you're serious about business, sometimes, like, I have no problem with men who are serious about what they do, women that are in the locker room, and you don't have to buddy everybody. You don't have to have the brother banter. You don't have to have the same meaningless, mind-numbing conversations that a majority of people have. Like, you show up, you do business, you work hard, you're professional, you're polite. Nothing wrong with that. But like when there's certain moods I get into. So sometimes I'm chatty Cathy, chewing the fat with everybody, spitting games, spitting one-liners. Then sometimes I'm in a stoic sense, and I'm meditatingly walking through things, or I got my headphones on and I'm, doing my breathing stuff. So, yeah.
Or you want to hear something funny, Dr. Chris? I was the editor of the WWF magazine at the time, and they brought in Benoit to work a dark match with Owen Hart. This is before Benoit was hired by WCW.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, him and Owen tore the freaking house down.
Nice.
And I went to Pat. And bro, keep in mind, like nobody knew who Chris Benoit was at that point. He had a name on the indie scene and stuff, but he was not. Yeah. And I went to Pat. I'm like, bro, you guys got to hire that guy, And Pat freaking laughed at me. What are you talking about? Hire him. What do you think Pat said? The guy can't cut a promo. That's why they did not hire him, and he went to WCW. But him and Owen tore the freaking house down, bro.
Yeah. They have a lot of, Owen was in Japan, Benoit was in Japan, so a lot of that Japanese style wrestling, they really clicked on. So
yeah,
doesn't surprise me whatsoever. That's interesting take on Hogan. Talking about Benoit, and Hogan's doing a lot of keeping himself on on the map nowadays with the Real American Beer and all that happened with that, and with Essence Janae and with the Trump promo.
Even go back before then. What got him in the hot water all the time was when the black fellow was dating Brooke. Remember that? That's what started.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah.
This is not a knock on Hogan, because I mean, obviously, Chris, I just put him over on the last show, and I have nothing bad to say about him. But, bro, I don't know. In the wrestling business, he perhaps has opened up his mouth and said more stupid things than anybody else, which is surprising, bro, because he was probably one of the best politicians in the game. You know what I'm saying? But some of the things he has said over the years is like, bro, what are you thinking about, man? Because the comment he made was people have forgiven Chris Benoit. Who's forgiven Chris Benoit, bro, for taking his family out? Name one person that's forgiven him.
Check out BrainBuster, the daily quiz that tests your WWE knowledge with winning streaks, stats, and more. It's time to see if you're up for the challenge.
You know, it's interesting, man. There are literally hours and hours of videos on YouTube of chronicling Hulk Hogan's lies over his career, man. And they are absolutely hilarious. And they're like, man, that's crazy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he did lie there. Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite ones is he wrestled 400 days in 1 year.
Yeah, that
was straight up promo.
Yeah, that was one. He discovered Kevin Owens.
Well, Chris, let me ask you a question. You're the psychologist. Has he made that part of his gimmick?
I think that he has created his own Mandela effect. I think that he's believing his own Mandela effect.
Really?
I mean, like he's became like that's became a gimmick to him, that he's doing that so much that he's Hulk Hogan, man. He's not Terry Bollea. You know what I mean? So Hulk Hogan is all about larger than life presentation. Right? Like he's not Terry Bollea. Right. So everything's kind of like a Mandela effect in many ways to Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? To Terry Bollea, he can, tell you the truth. But to Hulk Hogan, brother, he's going to like swell up everything, to really fit his persona. So he's going to say things that's going to be like ridiculously embellished to continue to swell up the gimmick of Hulkamania.
But we got to be honest, EC3, right? That is pretty entertaining. That is entertaining. I mean, come on, bro.
Sort of like anything that is, a misogynistic or sexist or racist thing, like big, crazy, harmless lies like wrestling 400 days in one calendar year. It's entertaining. And if you don't take first off any of this personally, because not the personal stuff, but like, and just take it for what it is, it's a laugh riot, man.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Can you explain the Mandela effect?
Yes, indeed. Mandela effect is a event or something, or just a nuance or a characteristic about something that actually is not true, but it's been said for so long that it's became true. Like it came from Nelson Mandela. What's that?
I said like world history at this point.
Yeah. There's many different Mandela effects. Like
is that Bears seen Bears?
Yep. The way that it's spelled, that's a Mandela effect. Fruit Loops, that's another Mandela effect as far as how it was spelled. There's a bunch of different types of Mandela effects within commercials and things like that. So yeah, there's a bunch of different.
Did I ever tell you guys the Hulk Hogan Jeff Hardy story?
No,
I don't think so.
You guys will get this was like one of the funniest things that ever happened, bro. If you know Hulk, when he gets excited about something, his eyes get real big. That's all. Yeah, just like, oh, brother. Yeah, I mean the eyes get really big. So, bro, we are in a production meeting for TNA Wrestling, right? And everybody's in there, bro. Like, me, Bubba, Pat Kenny, Disco, Scott D'Amore, Eric's in there, Dixie's in there. Like, it's a full house. Everybody, Taz, because he's an announcer, Tenay, everybody's in there, right? So we're talking about, what Jeff Hardy is doing that night, right? We're kind of laying out the match kind of thing. Hogan's getting excited about this finish, right? And, bro, this is in front of everybody. And, bro, Bubba, Taz, come on. So, and he goes like, yeah, brother, I like that. And then, brother, he could hit him with that wonton bomb, bro. Bro, here was the beauty of it. We are all looking at each other, ready to bust a freak. And, bro, not one person laughed out loud. Not one. But I'm looking at Bubba. Bubba's looking at oh my God, the wonton bomb, bro.
Awesome.
Tremendous.
He went to Asia, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the
There was a guy Gene over in Asia and came back to the States, and there's the wonton bomb,
bro.
Very nice. Yeah. That's Hogan, ladies and gentlemen, for you.